This is part of the broadcast where I tell you a little bit about my personal news, about what's going on in my life, about what's happening in between the time period where I press the stop streaming button and press the start streaming button. And let me tell you, a decent amount of things have happened. Okay? Number one, last night I ended the broadcast after a wonderful 7.5-hour stream. And then I went and I played a little bit of basketball with some friends. Ted Nivison and my other friend Dom and I went to first the dog park and then afterwards played basketball. Ted met Kaya for the first time. That was very cute. And gave Kaya some pets. Well deserved. Kaya had her first dog park experience where she actually played with the other dogs. Last time I took her to a dog park, like a full-blown dog park that's gated, closed off, she wasn't really into playing with the other dogs. She was, I think, too hot this time. This time I took her to a dog park where she was able to play with other dogs, and play with them she did. And of course, I have some observations. Now, up until this very moment, Kaya's 5 months old, like you guys know, 60 pounds. It's an off-leash dog park. I'm training her on recall, but up until this very moment, I'd never actually taken Kaya to a dog park. The only experience I have at dog parks is with my previous best boy, Fish. God rest his soul. Wonderful angel. Loved the dog park. Used to take him every day to the dog park. But he was a male dog. So I very much had less concern and consideration. There's always that air of nervousness because you want your dog to be a social one. You want your dog to be socialized adequately. You want your dog not to be aggressive, not to show signs of aggression for no reason, you know? But you also don't want your dog to be a pushover either. You want your dog to have fun. One thing that I found out as the father of a female pup is that I am infinitely more protective over Kaya than I ever was over Fish. With Fish, I literally was just like, go run wild. I don't give a fuck if somebody tries to hump you. You can just like beat their ass. Who cares? I was like, yeah, go ahead. Fucking let it ride, you know? And you know, for the first year and a half, he also had his balls, but even then, he never actually humped. You know, I wasn't worried. I wasn't worried at all. Because, like, ultimately, he'd be the one doing the humping if something bad happens, and I can, like, pull him off and, you know, beat his ass. Now, having a girl dog, it is an entirely different experience. I have never been at the dog park so on edge. Like, constantly fucking, like, hoping that nothing horrible happens. There were dogs in the park that were not neutered yet, and they're puppies, so it's fine. And she's obviously not spayed yet, and I'm waiting for her to get to like a year and a half to spay her because I want her to develop evenly. I want her to not have like hip dysplasia. So she has not had her period yet. It was wild because I like noticed how scared I was that something was gonna happen, that like a dog was gonna go and hump her. Like, she hasn't had her first period yet, so I don't think she can get impregnated. But even then, I'm afraid that that's, you know, in question. It's in consideration. But also, more importantly than that, I don't even want her to be attacked like that. Bring the shotgun to puppy prom. I mean, straight up. Don't mess with my daughter, and from a place you will not see will come a sound you will not hear. No, this is me, 100%. I was legitimately considering. Dogs don't have periods? Yes, they do. What are you talking about? What? Hello? It's not with the same frequency that like human females have periods, but they absolutely do get periods. They get it usually every 6 months. They go into heat, which is different. Okay. It's not actually different. It doesn't matter. They still bleed. You can't really take her to the dog park. You can't really take them outside. Their behavior changes from what I understand a little bit. Are you going to get her spayed at some point? Absolutely, yes. Listen, as much as I love this dog, I do not want to deal with an entire litter of dogs. Although I do believe that I could probably get them adopted fairly quickly, I still don't. I don't want that at all. I know what Kaya was like as a puppy. 9 to 12 of those, I would fucking die. My point is, it's a very different experience being a dad to a wonderful little female puppy versus a male puppy. That was my point. The point I was trying to make is that it is infinitely more tense for me. I feel a lot more protective over her than I did with Fish. Kaya has 2 speeds, hyper and rug. Yeah, and she was super hyper. She's rug moding it right now. You can see her on the Teddy Fresh rug. There was another dog at the park, actually. The dog, I could swear, was like exactly Kaya's breed. It was really weird. I'm almost certain this dog is identical to Kaya's breed, but instead, this dog is more Saint Bernard because like has the fluffy chow chow tail, has the exact same tail, Has everything the exact same, like same build, except blue eyes. And here, they're playing right now. You can see, except blue eyes and more Saint Bernard looking. Because Kaya is a quarter Saint Bernard, as you guys know. Saint Bernard, Chow Chow, Tibetan Mastiff. And this other dog literally looks like the inverse of Kaya. Yeah, white Kaya, exactly. If Kaya is an Asian dog, then this one was like the white version. But they were ganging up on her a little bit. She was playing, but she got a little nervous at times, you know? This other dog tried to, look at that. This other dog tried to, like, mount her, and immediately she gets on her back, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu style. And regulates him. Saw Kaya's father this weekend. Damn, look at this fucking thing. How glorious. But yeah, add that to the additional things that I'm worried about. So, other than that, this morning I went to Leftovers. I brought Squeezy and his group over. They're like H3 fans. I brought them over to the studio. Kaya was being a good girl. She pooped outside. That was great. She also then, after pooping outside, came back inside and was being a bit of a menace. That was not great. She had the zoomies and was just sprinting through the studio like crazy as a celebration for a successful poop. But she's also absolutely rug moding it right now. She's rugging it. She's phase rugging it. Since you like last week's Kaya photo dump, here's another one. I love her so much. Trying to fit into Ethan's dog's beds. She's so beautiful. Is there a chance that Squeezy will appear on stream? No, because he is on vacation. And while we are hanging out off camera, I will not make him, appear on camera because he's on vacation. I don't want to do that to him. It is pretty funny, though, because they have, they got like a massive, like GMC Yukon. And they do not know how to drive it at all. So watching them try to park it in the fucking H3 studio was hilarious this morning. Showed a video of your friend getting bit at the park. It's kind of funny. Seeing the size of this little shit. Oh yeah, wow. Here. This was funny. Here.
We're here. Hasan's a dog dad. Look at this.
Don't let him out. Don't let him out.
Wow, look at that. Ow! He just bit me.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah,
Look at the size of this little thing. It was like a little baby that bit him. You like cats? I have two. I do not have cats. Anyway, that's it. And now we're here.